Hey guys, Kaya here. So today, I wanted to talk about stress in the military and coping with it. Obviously, we're not doctors, so we can't really, tell you anything like for sure that'll help. But this is just opinion based on what we think and what has helped us personally deal with it. Obviously, you deal with stress in all parts of life, but this is just some things that we've seen that are specific to the military that I think is heightened stress level, with anxiety and other things that, we deal with. Today, I'm joined by my friend Grace. She's really awesome, and she just offered to help me with some of her opinions, and give you guys some advice. So, yeah. So in the military, I've seen that obviously, we have deployments, our work schedule, everyone works, but I feel like with us, it's like sometimes it can be crazy, and we can't really say no. There's just lots of things, PT, there's so much more expected, I feel like. So that can cause a lot of stress with all the training and everything, and being far away from home, away from family. So yeah, we just wanted to go over that and go over some ways we felt can help us with that. And I don't know, Grace may have some other things that she has seen cause stress or anything. So, Grace, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, well, I know a lot of stress comes from your actual work environment. Since people work so many jobs and have so many different schedules, a lot of it will come from that across the whole board in the military. There's also personal stressors that you'll have, so family relationships, friendships, being overseas, being deployed, just the military in general. It's a different lifestyle that can cause a lot of stress for you. And stress in general, whether you're in the military or not, can be pretty detrimental to your health. It can do a lot as far as I know personally, when I'm very stressed, that it'll make me exhausted. It'll mess with my sleep schedule. It'll, my physical activity will go down. But yeah, it can do a lot to you. And I noticed that some things that I like to do whenever I'm stressed or I'm feeling maybe the anxiety from work is that I definitely try to be more physically active because that helps a lot. It'll help with your sleep because I know personally with stress and anxiety, sleep schedules can be very messed up with it. And that's for anybody that's dealing with stress. Definitely, it's a lot of just pushing yourself to get out because when you come home, you have the weekend and you're so stressed and so tired and so just kind of dead from the week that you don't want to do anything and you want to stand. But it's always good to push yourself to actually get out and explore and spend time with friends because that's what's going to help you the most with your anxiety and your stress.
Yeah, and also, being so far away from family and everything, it's important to have kind of a solid foundation to be able to talk to, friends, coworkers, people you trust. And in the military, we have chaplains and other agencies. There's even mental health, which has a really big stigma to it. But honestly, I think it could possibly be a good help. They put it there to help.
It's very, very important too. Your mental health is just as important, maybe even more important than your physical health, because that's really what's gonna, keep you going. Yeah, and there's the good thing about the military is when you are dealing with situations, stress or personal issues, you do have a lot of agencies to reach out to, and it's good because it's all about, everyone has their own different style of kind of getting through things. So you do have, if you're more religious, you can see a chaplain. They can talk to you.
It is 100%
confidential.
They can't tell anything that you say.
There's also mental health. There's, if you have a mentor or somebody in your leadership that you trust, you can go to them. Of course, there's always going to be friends and family. But you'll notice that, there's always somebody that you work with, a coworker that'll be able to help you out. Just because there is so much that you deal with on a day-to-day basis. It can get very overwhelming. And there's only so much that, stress and anxiety that one can take before it actually, turns into something more serious. Um, so yeah, I definitely think that, all of those things are really good. I'm a huge advocate of like mental health, so I know that, being in the military, we do have, we get a lot of things thrown at us, especially when there aren't as many people working, or, this might be your first experience with a job, and, this is what you're seeing. So it can be a lot, and it can do a lot to you, but it's nothing that's going to break you, and you shouldn't have to beat yourself up over things, because
Because ultimately, everything has an end to it, and you're not going to have that same job and be in that same place forever, so you shouldn't stress yourself out of that. And what you said about it's a job and maybe not having a job before, some people, like, when I came in the military, I had a minimum wage job. I was working at a movie theater, and I was living with my parents. So obviously, the amount of stress I was going through every day wasn't anything compared to what I am now. And I'm not putting on anyone that may, have like a fast food job or anything. I'm just saying, like, I think it can really hit you.
Yeah.
Especially that on top of being on the other side of the world away from my family, a lot of people, it's really hard on them for doing that. So there's just and then deployments, obviously, being away and then having that potential of danger. And, there's so much. So but like she said, you shouldn't be afraid to like talk to anyone about it.
Yeah.
And obviously like PT and physical fitness is something that's pushed, and it does help, but I know everyone's not so PT oriented. Some people hate it, so there are other avenues. Obviously, there's not just one, but I think a big part of it really is just getting out of, your home, or getting out of your dorm and doing something. And if you ever get to a point that's just so dark that you're thinking of things that you probably shouldn't be thinking about. You should really, tell someone that you trust, and just talk about it. Because talking about things ultimately can just take off so much stress.
I agree. I think that, being verbal about things that are going on can definitely help you. And this goes for, being in the military or not, stress can be a lot. And I think, when you realize that it is kind of beating you down, when you do open up to somebody, that's when you'll be able to find, the kind of means to get through it. But yeah, it's important because, like I said, you can only take anxiety and stress for so long before, it can turn into depression. And that's when, things get a little bit more serious. And that's not saying that once you join, you're going to have so much anxiety and stress, but it is part of life, and it's definitely a part of the military. You will have, stress no matter what your job is. There's going to be, because you're going to work with different people, you're going to have different jobs, you're going to have certain expectations, and it's going to, sometimes be a lot, but that doesn't mean you can't get through it and you can't do it. Because at the end of the day, we're all adults and we can do things.
We all signed a contract. Yeah.
We're all capable humans, so. Yeah.
But like you said, we're not doctors or anything, but this is just some advice we wanted to give. It's just some things that I think we've been seeing around, and I've had people message me about it, so I just wanted to talk about it. If you have, Grace, do you have anything else you wanted to say? Or?
No, just basically that you should always take care of yourself mentally as well as physically, just to always keep that in mind. It's important. It really is, to not beat yourself up over things, because at the end of the day you should have to take care of yourself as well. So that's really all I have, though.
So if you guys have any questions or comments, or you just have a good talk with somebody, feel free to in the comments below or send me a private message. I hope you guys have an awesome-tacular existence. I hope you're doing great. Everything is going great. It's gonna complicate you guys. Okay. I had to make this weird. Alright. See you guys. Have a good. Bye.